Ever since I can remember, I've just always loved mowing lawns. So my parents have a double lot in this little town that I grew up in Minnesota, so there was always plenty of mowing to do. I remember this one specific moment when I was a kid. The TV was on in the morning and they were at Fenway Park talking about how they stripe the grass and how they put patterns in the grass. And it's something that's always stuck with me. That was actually David Meller, the groundskeeper for Fenway Park, that was on that day. And I just remember being so fascinated that you could put patterns into the lawn and you could just make it look so interesting. From that day on, it was something that kind of just stuck with me as something that I was really interested in. So all the while though, when I was a kid, to be honest, I didn't really like being outside that much. I did like taking care of the lawn, but I didn't like the heat of summer. And so I spent a lot of my time learning guitar and learning piano. I was taking piano lessons as a kid. Later on in high school, I taught myself how to play guitar. And all the while, I was kind of continuing my interest in music and thinking that I was probably going to be a musician. During college and after college, I was continuing to work on this music goal that I had. Put out a couple of albums of my own music, and I was playing a lot of summer weekends, and eventually also kind of starting the YouTube thing with music back when YouTube was just getting started. So I was spending a lot of my time indoors recording music, recording videos to put up on YouTube of my music, of cover songs. All the while, again, I was still thinking that this is my long-term goal of being a full-time musician. So somewhere around 2011, I began to feel some discomfort in my voice when I was singing, even when I was just speaking, and I thought, something's going on here, I better check it out. So I went to a bunch of doctors, I had a bunch of tests done, and they couldn't seem to find anything specific wrong with it, other than they thought it was some kind of reflux that was coming up into my voice and affecting it. So this went on for a while. I wasn't really getting any answers. I wasn't able to really continue to do music like I was. I was getting more and more frustrated and feeling a little bit lost that this one thing that I'd loved for so long, maybe it wasn't going to be what I could do with my life. So I got to this point where I told myself that if I can just get through my daily life without too much voice discomfort, just normal living, then I might have to give up this whole music thing for a while until I can figure out what to do, or until something else comes along that can fix it. It was a tough time for me to feel like I had this one thing my whole life that I was meant to do, or that I thought I was going to do, but for some reason was being taken away from me by something that I had no control over. So at the same time, my wife and I had just moved into our new house, and I was looking at the lawn there and I knew it needed a lot of work. And something kind of sparked in my mind again, like what I thought of as a kid when I really liked taking care of the lawn, that I was gonna have a really nice lawn, and I embarked on this whole big renovation thing with my backyard. At that time, I had a local company kind of help out with it. I learned a lot during that time frame. It didn't go so well the first time. We had to kind of overseed it a couple times, but I was thinking to myself, how am I gonna take care of the lawn or keep this hobby, but also continue to do something creative, because I really just love creating things and I didn't want to give up on that part of my life. So it was around this time frame that I had started watching some YouTube videos about lawn care with the lawn care nut, Alan. I was really inspired by that because I thought, okay, maybe I can mesh these two things together. Maybe I can keep my lawn care going as a passion of mine, and maybe I can create things by doing some video production with it. So in 2016, I just took out my cell phone and decided to start filming what I was doing in my yard. I didn't expect anyone would ever watch it. I didn't think it was really going to turn into anything, but what it did for me was it did spark an interest in, again, creating, but also in video production. So I started learning in the off seasons more about video. How do I get better at video? What equipment do I need? All of a sudden, I sat down one day and I thought, you know, there's people actually watching this. There's a community here that we have growing. I'm able to correspond with people that have the same kind of passion that I do. And I was kind of blown away by it, and I still am every single day, that people from around the world can come together. We can talk about something that we're passionate about. We can watch videos, we can learn. It's just been absolutely an amazing experience for me. this year and every single year, I wish you all the best in reaching your lawn goals.